The other day, Jeremy and I, we were auditing some of the tools that we are using within our company to run everything, to do the digital marketing and automation and everything that we use on a day-to-day basis. And we added them up, we looked at that, and we noticed that we actually have over 100 tools that we use on a daily basis to run everything that we do. And I was shocked and I was amazed. So I thought, you know what, why don't I ask him to make a video for you for the top 7 tools that everyone should know when it comes to scaling your business. 7 digital marketing tools that you should be aware of. So that's how this video came about. Enjoy.
Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Jeremy. Figured I'd get a quick video for you before I go on this bike ride. It's about to be a tropical storm that rolls in here, so I want to have some fun in the sun before it rains for like 3 days straight. Nonetheless, I want to drop a quick video here for you guys. 7 different tools that you can use to scale your business. This will help online businesses. This will help offline businesses. From my experience, helping a lot of people make internet money, this definitely has a lot of fast track success for online businesses specifically, meaning these are some high impact tools that you can use. First one right off the rip, it's Copy.ai. Copy.ai is a new tool. The foundational technology underneath it is called GPT-3. It's a subset of artificial intelligence created by the company OpenAI. I think Elon Musk funds that company just so all these different artificial intelligence tools are directed more towards helping humans rather than replacing jobs in its entirety. But this technology here can definitely help replace some aspects of what you currently need to do for copywriting. It hasn't really helped me with long form Facebook ad copy. It has helped with short form Facebook ad copy, like 1 to 2 sentences. Another cool one, so I'm an advertiser. I spend a ton of money on ads, like anywhere from a couple $100,000 a month at the lowest. Generally, some months we hit upwards of millions of dollars a month in spend. We do that profitably. We manage less than 10 clients. So we work with a lot of top brands out there that spend a lot of money on ads to generate customers. I'm constantly on the lookout for tools that give me more leverage, meaning they save me time, they produce more outcomes, they help my efficiencies while retaining my effectiveness, getting the result and the outcome that I'm looking for. One of these cool new tools, I think the name of the company is just Pencil. Back in the day, there was a company called Refuel 4. There was somebody, I think it was an executive of Facebook's ad board, and then of Google AdWords, and like a Snapchat ad guy. They're all left. They started this company called Refuel 4. That company eventually got shut down, but that company was really cool. It was an artificial intelligence that you'd link up to all those different ad channels, Facebook, AdWords, YouTube, Snapchat. And what it would do is it would analyze all the creative that you already have. You could also submit creative into it, and it would actually create a bunch of different creatives for you, automatically swap them out, and it would just run A/B tests all day. It would let the winners ride, it would cut the turds, and it would just keep swapping out the losers for more potential winning variations. It was like autonomous ad creative rotation, and I was very fond of that tool. It's also quite expensive. You know, it was about $5,000 a month at the time when that tool was out. They've gotten shut down since. I don't think it was like a compliance thing. I think it got bought out, and then the company who bought them out just chose to shut it down for some reason. But that's why I was really excited about Pencil when Pencil came out. TryPencil.com is essentially the same thing as Refuel 4. Doesn't have as much availability to distribute across all the different ad networks right now, but it does have availability to do it inside of Facebook and Instagram and Google AdWords, which is, you know, quite effective for most people who aren't branched out into all the different other ad channels that exist. A third one, okay, more common, used by a couple 100,000 people, and that's ClickFunnels.com. A lot of love-hate against ClickFunnels. Some people nowadays, they prefer Webflow. I think it's Webflow.io. Essentially the same thing as ClickFunnels, but just, you know, a little less features. The reason I like ClickFunnels so much is the amount of revenue that they make. Flat out. In business, when you're a for-profit organization and you make more money than your competitors, and you actually care about your customers, you typically invest a lot more into product development. You know, you invest more into new features, you invest into support of your community, you invest into helping the users and just, you know, customer support, things like that. But more importantly, you have an advantage because you have far more users and are making far more revenue than everybody else. One of the big reasons I'm a big fan of ClickFunnels outside of the revenue that they make and how much they can support their community is specifically because they have a speed to results that a lot of the classic ways to build websites just don't have. WordPress, very clunky. One plugin can update, the entire site can get shut down and not function anymore because of some random plugin not supporting all the other things that you might have plugged into your WordPress site. WordPress sites are slow. They typically require, not slow in terms of the page load speed, but slow in the sense of like it takes a long time to develop. I've got to pay developers to build it out. ClickFunnels, I can just go in as the entrepreneur and I can just go make a change to something. You know, I don't need to hire a developer, spend payroll cost just to make a change to like a headline or like drag something or change the placement of something or increase the size or decrease the size or just to run an A/B test. In my agency at one point, I had 27 staff, 3 offices. We were one of the top 30 ClickFunnels designers in the world at the time. And we were building a lot of funnels for people. When clients would want us to build on WordPress, versus the clients that would want us to build on ClickFunnels, it was 900% faster to build on ClickFunnels in comparison to building on WordPress. All right, so the next one is Upwork.com. Upwork.com is a freelance hub. I don't use it for getting work, to be clear. I use it as a business to outsource menial tasks, okay? Key payroll positions I have in my organization, like take my video editor, his name's Jay, he's behind the camera here. When he's overworked, I go to Upwork to find video editors that can be anywhere from like $3 to $10 an hour that he can manage, offload some of his work to, and therefore speeding up his ability to do more high leverage things for my organization in comparison to being just bogged down with menial editing tasks. Okay, Upwork also allows me to add him as a user so he can go in there and manage him so I don't have to give out logins to my own profiles. In addition to that, there's just so much costs that I've saved by outsourcing key projects to people on Upwork. I've outsourced legal documents, I've outsourced graphic design projects. Just as I mentioned, I've outsourced video work, I've outsourced funnel projects, I've outsourced copywriting projects. There's just an unbelievable amount of things that can get done on Upwork, and they're extremely cost effective. Some of the cons, just to also argue both sides, they take 35% of whatever you're paying your freelancers through that platform. It's quite a steep fee. So although a lot of people like to argue that that means that top talent is going to leave Upwork and go elsewhere, it's been untrue. I haven't experienced that in any capacity, and I've still been very fond of Upwork. Okay, next tool, that's Canva.com. A lot of people are aware of Canva. A lot of people aren't aware of Canva. Okay, Canva.com is a graphic design tool, kind of like how ClickFunnels enables you to get rid of developers and pay somebody who's faster to produce a website, and you can go in and make changes yourself. Canva.com is kind of like the same thing for graphic design. An unbelievable amount of very simple graphic design projects. I've been able to personally go into Canva.com. Some of my staff members have been able to go into Canva.com and just do something that we'd otherwise have to pay a graphic designer to do. It's fast, it's effective, it's easy to use, it stores all my designs, it's cheap. There's nothing better in a tool that you could ask. It's efficient, it's effective. Definitely something I'd recommend to everybody. All right, so the sixth tool, it's a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. There's a few different tools that are variations of this. A lot of different artificial intelligence platforms that have been out there nowadays have started to produce and sell people that aren't real. So what I mean by that is, like, a lot of the times when you're in the advertising space or you're just trying to find like stock images, a lot of them are already overused by a lot of other people out there and a lot of other businesses. Therefore, it loses a lot of the exclusivity, it loses a lot of the branding. It also potentially opens you up to higher costs when you have to pay real people to do things. Tool number 7 for scaling your online business is Culture Index. Dan Locke, one of my mentors, he gave me the tip one time: hire slow, fire fast. And when he hires slow, he qualifies all the talent who comes into his organization with a tool called Culture Index. I teach this to all my students. I teach it to my inner circle students as well. They get access to that tool through me. And I just weed out all their staff. It's a personality survey. A lot of the other personality surveys, before you say, oh, no, just like everything else, it's not. It's the highest accuracy out of all of them. DISC assessment, Merrill-Briggs, the CNJF, whatever the hell that thing is, those are all 70 to 80 percentile accuracy. Culture Index has 90 percentile accuracy. There's not been one time where I haven't read somebody's personality survey to them and had them disagree. I've had one time where somebody said, you know, I don't think it's 100% accurate. I want to take it again. They took it again. Literally, the results came out the exact same. When you're hiring staff, whether it's just a contractor that you're doing a one-time freelance project with, or whether it's going to be a payroll position, we even do this with clients. We have them take a Culture Index personality survey, and then we're able to communicate to them. We're able to understand their motivating needs. We're able to understand how they prefer you to communicate. We're able to understand what their drives are. We're able to understand how they are as a person, how much energy they have, whether they're introverted, extroverted, all these different personality types, patience, attentiveness to detail, willingness to take full responsibility over whatever we give them versus the desire to just follow somebody's management in comparison. All these traits matter a lot, and they've led to a much more effective staff in my organization that is a lot more culturally aligned in comparison to fragmented and potentially having disagreements more frequently than what we otherwise would. So to be clear, Culture Index, fantastic tool, very effective. Something that you use to kind of filter staff prior to hiring them in, or just to see if somebody's going to be a good fit for a department that you might be bringing them into. All 7 of these tools, very effective ways to help scale your business both online and offline. If you want some more insights and awareness, Dan Locke and I put together this thing. It's called the Digital Agency Launchpad. There's no cost to it. It does things like this. It increases your awareness video by video on some ways that marketing agencies run. Gives you an ability to start and scale a marketing agency. There's no cost to it. And it just shows you some things that will help make you some revenue and get you in that internet money game. All right, I'm gonna go ride my bike before it rains. Hope you guys have a good one. And I'll see you in the next video. Do me a favor, drop a comment below and let me know what you guys want covered next. Talk with you soon. Bye.